guys, I'm Miles Brandman, and this is the 2019 Genesis G70 Luxury Compact Sports Sedan. Now, Genesis as a brand has only been around for the last 4 years after Hyundai, its parent company, decided to branch off Genesis as its premium mark. Genesis has the difficult task of competing with brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi, who have been around for a long time. They've got a lot of brand credibility and numerous competitive models. This G70 is trying to go toe-to-toe with the 3 Series C-Class and Audi A4. We have to see whether it's able to do that based on styling, interior amenities and comfort, and of course the driving experience as a sports sedan. We'll start with the styling. Up here at the front, the car is very low, wide stance. It looks very purposeful, fits neatly within the sports sedan segment in terms of appearance. It's got this very wide, dark chrome, honeycomb grille. The dark chrome finish is part of the sport package that's on this particular model. I didn't say before, but this is the 3.3 liter twin turbo version of the G70. There is another base 2.0 liter turbo 4-cylinder version, and I'll talk about the specs in a bit. This car also has some pretty neat LED headlights that are standard with LED daytime running lights baked into the headlight design. These down here are the turn signals. I think it's very well integrated. It looks subtle, but sleek. Yeah, I definitely dig the front end. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is that they put the radar sensing tech right up here in the grille. And while they tried to match the honeycomb appearance of the grille, it stands out. Anytime there's light on the car, you can see this immediately. I think they could have integrated it better. You've seen some other brands like Honda and Mazda that have kind of put it down in the lower grille, and so it's not right in your sight line. Maybe Genesis can work on that next time. We'll look at the wheels over here. Again, this being the sport package, it has some unique 19-inch alloy wheels. This, again, continues the dark chrome finish on the wheel. The standard car also has 19-inch wheels, both wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. Very grippy, very competent tire. And then within there you see the Brembo front brakes. Excellent, excellent stopping power, and certainly part of the credentials as a sports sedan. You gotta have the good brakes. Other exterior styling cues, there's the venting system back here to help pull out some of the hot air that's in the engine bay, but I don't know how I feel about this garnish, this boomerang styling cue. I think maybe that was something they could have left off and had a more sleek profile, more sleek look to the side of the car. As we work our way back, we see a lot of these sports sedans have some sort of signature trait for the C-pillar, the rear window design. BMW has its infamous Hofmeister kink, and the C-Class has a more curvaceous one. The Giulia also has a more rounded one. Genesis went with one that's a little more, I almost did that. The Hyundai, the Genesis thing, I'm still working on that, and many people are as well. But they've got a sort of integrated kink that fits somewhere between the 3 Series and the Giulia. As we get to the back, this is where the G70 starts to fall in line with the other models, the G80 and G90 within Genesis's lineup. These taillights and the whole design of the rear fascia is very similar to those cars. I like the signature details on the LED taillights. I like the lower fascia with the integrated diffuser and the oval exhaust ports. Again, looking really sporty and tight as a sports sedan should. So that's kind of the exterior of the G70. I think it looks excellent. I think it looks super premium and definitely fits in with its 3 Series and C-Class competition. But we of course need to look at the interior to see how they do there. So let's go here. I may move the car just so we don't have some harsh light on that. Let me do that real quick. That's at least a bit better. The G70 comes really well equipped as standard with leather seats, heated and cooled seats, an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, navigation, 2 USB ports for the front and 1 for the rear, all those active safety features, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, all that stuff. That's all standard in this car. This one has some upgrades like this quilted leather, Napa leather material with perforation in the seat. It looks excellent. That same material is within the door sill. This one also, as standard, comes with a 15-speaker Lexicon sound system, excellent sound quality, and it's got a perforated leather steering wheel, a 7-inch TFT display. It's so well equipped for the money. It's fantastic. The thing I'm not digging about this interior is that this dashboard layout, it just doesn't look as premium. It doesn't invite you in quite as well as the Mercedes-Benz C-Class or the BMW 3 Series. They got a little work to do there. It's a little wide for me, and it kind of cuts into the cubby for the passenger's legroom. But the material quality is excellent. They've got a knurled finish for the dials, for the cup holder surround, climate control functions. They paid some attention to the details in this interior. You can tell they're on the right track. I'd say they're 80-85% of the way there to being as luxurious as the 3 Series and C-Class. But certainly in terms of content, this car is packing. I also love the microfiber suede headliner. That is a little tactile thing that for me always welcomes me. I'm going to show you the rear seats because they have a bit of work to do there. Okay, I'm sitting behind my own driving position. I'm 6 feet tall, and as you can see, I've got a fair bit of knee room, but what you can't see is my feet don't really have anywhere to go. They're kind of nudged under the seat, and it's a very small gap down there, so that's not super comfortable. As I sit up straight, you can also see that my head is resting on the roof panel. That's not going to be great for full-size adults who want to sit back here for any longer than like 5 minutes. I will say, because the car is so wide, I do have plenty of elbow room and shoulder room, so if there was another full-size adult back here, we probably wouldn't be knocking elbows. So that's a good point, but they got to work on this. I think it's because they took 3 inches out of the Stinger GT's wheelbase, and that's what this car is based on, the Stinger GT, and so they just kind of, maybe somewhere between that would be perfect for finding interior cabin space for the rear passengers. All right, let's talk about performance. I'm going to pop the hood. All right, as I mentioned, there are 2 engine choices for the G70. You can have the base 2.0 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes 255 horsepower, and equipped with that, you can either have a 6-speed manual, yes, a manual transmission, or you can have an 8-speed automatic gearbox. If you upgrade to the 3.3 liter twin turbo V6, as is fitted to this car, you're going to get 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, the only transmission you can choose, though it is a good one, is the 8-speed automatic. That is sending power to the rear wheels, though Genesis offers an all-wheel drive system for this vehicle. You should get the rear drive system. And that also is connected to a torque factoring limited slip rear differential. So performance figures, 0 to 60 is 4.7 seconds, though independent testing has shown faster times than that. Its top speed is 167 miles per hour, and all the other bits, the Brembo brakes, as I mentioned, the limited slip differential, it's all kind of right fitting in well with the sports sedan segment. Power is slightly down to the Mercedes-AMG C43 and the BMW M340i, at least the new version of the M340i, but we got to take it for a drive to see how the actual engagement and driving performance feels for the G70 3.3T. I'm going to make a video of that, and I think you should watch it. You should do that.